And we're live right now, so hey everybody, welcome to Keeping It Neat live on YouTube. I am Derek, Executive Bourbon Steward.
And I'm Nick, Certified Bartender.
And we are here with our first live, which is exciting on YouTube. We did an Instagram the other week, and that was cool because we actually had a few people that were commenting along, so we're hoping we get that going with this. And there it is right there. It's showing up on my phone, so that's always good.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, we're off to a good start. It's actually working, so I'm happy about that.
That's all we need.
Yes, that is all we need. So we'll kick that up. See if anybody comes on to comment. We have, we'll let this go for a little while, so we'll see. Nick's checking messages and doing things so he can blank out his screen.
I was just gonna say, I realized I never sent this to my family, and I probably should have done that ahead of time.
Yeah, good. That whole thing of why we started this 25 minutes ago, that would probably been a good time to do it.
Probably.
But hey, we're here, so
even figure out my camera.
Got a couple of people in right now. And so that is good. 2 viewers. But we'll give it a little bit more time.
So it's news. So we did break the social distance.
Well, we didn't really. We tried to maintain our social distancing when we were doing our exchange of alcohol and hand sanitizer. Is what we were. It was like a bootleg run for hand sanitizer and gloves to Nick's house, and I dropped him off some alcohol so we could do our show this evening. So little
sample bottles.
Yes,
I'm not going to show the title, but this is what they look like. We'll come back to them later, but. Yeah, no, and we stayed. We stayed across the deck from each other, so that was fine.
We did.
I sanitized everything. We did the whole.
Yeah, and we did. We maintained our distance while we were doing it, and that's what you're supposed to do. So we did manage that. I didn't ask about your toilet paper situation when I was there, though. I don't know if you fully stocked because I could have brought you some. I'm ready for the apocalypse.
I know you got plenty. I know you got.
Yeah, well, we've got enough. I'm not saying plenty, but for a friend, we can loan some out.
I'm good at the moment, thanks.
All right. Well, that is good. So
yeah,
but other than that,
we did get to exchange a little Glenlivet 15 at the
we
time.
We did get to try the Glenlivet 15 together. That was nice. That is delicious. That is very good. The other thing too is I wanted to say, have you been out lately? Have you been to a store or whatnot since all this is kicked up?
I went yesterday. This was my last big run before everything kind of started hitting the fan even more, and I was just I wore a mask, I wore gloves, and I did my shopping to stock up for pretty much the next 3 to 4 weeks easily. Easily, I have enough food for 3 to 4 weeks. So we're stocked up now. I'm locked down, and it just surprised me. A lot of people still not taking it fully seriously. People were asking me questions at certain times. I went to my tax guy, and he asked me a question too, and I was like, have you been paying attention at all? I don't know. It was very.
Well, hey, I want to let you know too, is we're competing with Dave Matthews tonight. He has a live concert on Verizon or something like that. I don't even know, but he's doing a charity concert or a free one of those, so we're competing with that also, which I didn't know about because I just saw it. I was going through some feed. Well, we could be in trouble. There may be, a lack of, viewers perhaps, but they can always see it because it's going to be posted on YouTube anyway. So
maybe we'll be right next to Dave Matthews on the
clip. Oh, maybe on the clip. Yeah. If I could, maybe I could go change our hashtags in there, live music. I don't know what we could do. Get the draw in the viewers. I guess we can.
Yeah.
That'll be great. Maybe, we could share some FaceTime with Dave. Maybe he wants to go live. Maybe I can send him a link for this.
Yeah. Maybe while he's performing.
Well, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. We could tag him, bring him in on a little screen right here. That'd be great. So Dave Matthews, if you're out there, feel free, hit me down here in the link, hit me up with your email. I'll send you a little link so you can join us. And you can play some music for us while we're drinking along with our whiskeys and stuff. I was going to ask you, do you have your water supply? Are you ready to, in case you have a little thirst?
Yeah, not just that, but also made sure my labels were off. And,
oh wow, you did! I didn't do that. It's
when we do the samples, we always got to do a little. And you also need to rinse.
No, I know. Yes, we do. We do need that. I may have to have the Bourbon Babe help me out if I run out of water. I don't know.
So today, I didn't show you this when you were over here, but one of the things I showed Derek is I've been working on. Derek and Becca had gotten me this beautiful Chug Jug approved journal to
Chug Jug approved journal, yes.
to keep track of all my different notes from all the different like drinks and bourbons, whiskeys, everything we try, and I write down like the scores and all this stuff. So different notes on it, whatever. So when I was doing that, I showed that to you, Derek, and then I completely forgot to show you something else I did. So I had a meeting earlier today, and I was told for my my other job, and they asked me to prepare something, some sort of inspiration in your own. And there's a whole story behind this, but look at this drawing I did. I was like kind of proud of myself.
Ooh, drawings! I like it. Let's see what you got, buddy.
Hummingbird.
Wow, look at the talent going on here with this guy.
I know. I did that by hand. I just looked at my phone on like a how to draw, and then I drew that. Check that out. So that's my accomplishment of the day.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. What about you? What did you accomplish today?
I didn't accomplish much. Actually, what I accomplished was I was setting this up. Really, that's what I did I didn't do anything really. I got all the notes done for tonight's show. That's what I did. Yeah. That was my accomplishment. I put all that together. I put the samples together to get to you. Yeah. I made it to the grocery store today to get a couple of other things that I wanted to get together, so we can eat tomorrow. That was what I wanted to do. So I got some ribs. So we're gonna do a little smoking tomorrow. A little rib smoking.
Ooh,
yeah,
I have ribs too.
No, do you? Like, wow. Yeah, so I got them all in their rub right now, and they're in the fridge. So tomorrow they'll go in the smoker. 4 hours later, we'll be eating. So I know awesome. That's it. But other than that, I mean, really, I was just setting up for this, making sure that my mic and everything. I'm using the Rode mic that I had purchased to do lives at the studios. But I said, you know what? I can use it right now because it's better than using the laptop microphone. So I got that hooked up for me. Using that, I got my earpiece in so I don't have the feedback, which was terrible. But I don't know if I'd get it as bad with this because I know that the laptop has like that cutout for it. So when your microphone it's supposed to not be, you're not supposed to get that back feed like you do, but it seems to happen all the time when I play around with the other system that I use that I've been playing around with it for lives. This one is way easier, I will have to say, and I'm really pumped. Oh, and actually want to give a special shout out to Jay from Bourbon and a Baby for helping me out with this and finding what we're using here, StreamYard, to do this. It was the most simple, easy, just click and play basically. I mean, you send the link like I sent to you, and bam, there you are. I just click on you and you pop up. So thanks a lot, Jay. I appreciate it. I mean, that's the other thing I want to say about the community that we have for the creators, for all these different bourbon channels. I've reached out to a few of them, a couple of times to ask them questions about what they're using maybe for editing software, or, what are they using for their streaming software? And, everyone is more than happy to help you out, so that's great. When I reach out to people, Anthony with New Dram Drinker, asked him what he was using for his software and stuff like that for editing. He told me what it was, and, he was saying, he'd help me along with it if I did get that one, to help me through it. So really nice, everyone is great. And really appreciate it, especially starting out new like this, you don't have, and you don't know what people are using. So, just ask the questions, and everyone's been really forthcoming with their answers and telling me what they're using. And so it's great, and it really helps me out a lot when I'm trying to do all this and get this going and putting out some decent content. So, yeah, but other than that, that's about it, buddy. That was my day, getting this ready, getting you ready, getting your notes to you, and getting you the stand for your phone so we don't have to watch you do this. For a half hour, rest your hand on a chair so it doesn't go dead on you. Great.
It's actually, I got a hand massager just for that.
Oh, do you? A hand massager? Ooh, that's nice. I wish I have one of those.
That's why my hands are below the camera.
Oh, that's what's going on down there? All right, well, that's good. Well, there they are, the two hands. Woo, from the camera. There it is. We got our hands. But
all right, so let's get into it.
What we're going to get into first, we're going to get into the Berkshire bourbon. This is the one. We're going all local today. So everything that we have is locally locally made in Massachusetts. So the first one we got here is, let me get it on screen because everything seems backwards, but Berkshire bourbon whiskey. We're going to get into it. We're going to do our nosings. We'll do, what we're getting out of it. And then we've got our notes, and we'll see what maybe you're actually supposed to get out of it, because I did just do them today, but I tried not to look. I was just clicking and pasting, copy and paste everything in as much as I could. And some of these were tough to find notes on, as the local distilleries, I think they're kind of smaller. So they're not really out there in the mainstream. So a lot of people might not even have heard of some of these. But they're all from Massachusetts. This one is from Sheffield, Sheffield, Massachusetts is where the distillery is located. It's the Berkshire Mountain Distillers is who makes it. So are you ready to whiskey, sir?
Ready and able.
Let's get into it. Cling! That's about all we can do, buddy. I got nothing else, so.
That's all right.
Ooh, it's got a nice nose to it.
Yeah, it does.
Sweet.
Very sweet. Honey.
Also, on top of this, none of these I have ever tried before. I opened up all these bottles just today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I just opened up these.
Obviously, I haven't.
Well, obviously not, because I had to bring them to you. So, it's got a very sweet nose.
It does. Yeah, so Derek brought them to me with little labels. Becca wrote them because apparently Derek
has the handwriting of a 3-year-old.
We'll get to Derek's in a second. This is Becca's handwriting, Bourbon Babe's handwriting. And I will say that very nice and neat, but I love the little bottles as a perfect sample, and I got plenty to have a second round another
second round if you want it. There's plenty in there. They're 2-ounce bottles, so they're just samples.
So you get anything else from the nose, or are we moving right in?
No, I haven't even said anything about. We haven't really talked about it. I'm getting there's like a fruit, like a slight fruit note in there.
Like an orange peel?
Yeah. Citrusy. A little cinnamon, I think.
I just realized, Vic, that was funny. The ice cube.
So what, are you getting anything out of the nosing on that?
Nah, that's it. That's all I got.
That's it. That's all I got. Little citrus. All right.
I think the cinnamon might be there.
Maybe a light oak in there. I'm getting maybe a little woody note.
All right, let's hop into it.
All right, let's go. Ooh, very sweet. That's interesting because
very weedy.
Yeah, it does seem it feels like it has a lot of wheat in this one. But I don't think it's a weeder. And the thing is, the mash bills on this, I think there was like one I could find a mash bill on, and everything else was like, yeah, dude, good luck, because you're not going to find it.
Really?
Yeah, there was like, again, I said, it was like I looked at, mostly I try again, as I always do. I go to the distillery first, try to find the distiller's notes, if there are any. A lot of them were very generalized. Some of them I was able to get from the site. Others I had to go to outside sites to get the notes. Like for this one, I believe it was Flaviar is the one that I actually got the tasting notes off of for it.
You haven't looked at the notes, right?
Nope, I haven't.
Okay.
I mean, outside of me, like I haven't gone into them as to memorize them or anything like that. I copied and pasted. That's what I did today. I was copy paste. I really didn't read about them. I said, oh, there's the notes. Nosing to yep, that's what I want. Copy paste, slap it on the paper. So that's pretty much what I did. I mean, I really would rather be able to do them blind and not know at all. But I mean, when I did all 4 of them, it was right back to back to back. So, I mean, honestly, they're all on top. They're just a mishmash. I couldn't tell you what notes I may have seen or didn't see.
I feel like it's got a nose. I'm going to go back to the palate, but in the nose, I'm smelling a lot of corn and toffee.
Okay. So you're saying you're getting the corn on the nose?
Toffee, like toffee or something.
I could see the toffee in there, like that sweet, like popcorny kind of like coating, almost like that. Like
yes, popcorny. And it's very it's thick, like it's buttery when you on the taste. It's a thick butter.
Okay.
Consistency. I feel like it's hot.
Buttery. Yep. No, it does have a little. What's the?
I would guess maybe like 44%.
You're close. You're very close. It's actually 43% alcohol, so you're right in there. Wow. So that's not bad at all. So it's 86 proof. So not bad.
Yeah. Huh.
That nose, dude. I'm getting like, it's not super long lasting, the finish on it. I am getting a little burn though. I'm getting that little bit of that Kentucky hug after you swallow it, but it goes away quickly. There's like a sweet note in there I can't get, and I want to say. Again, here's the thing that kills us every time. Is it the vanilla or caramel? Which one do you want to call it?
Well, that's why I almost went more of the toffee, but I know.
Well, I think the toffee, isn't toffee be more along the lines like towards the caramel end of it, like that kind of range? But again, I don't know.
Run away from that question.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Hey, I'm gonna add a little H2O to it.
We're gonna break it up a little bit. That's a good idea. Let's see if it opens it up. I got a little H2O myself. Put it in there. See if it hurts it or helps it. Kind of just brought out more of the wood notes, honestly, on the nose for me.
And the corn.
Yeah.
I still feel like I smell corn on that.
It's like a sweet corn. It's like it's.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oak definitely on the palate. I'm getting like a woody note, especially with the water. The water really opened it up for that.
It did, and it killed the burn.
It did kill. Well, you dropped the alcohol down, so I don't know what we dropped it to, but we probably brought it down maybe closer to 40 or below. Still got that sweet note. It's like that. There's like a fruit note in there. I'm gonna say cherry, like a cherry kind of a note. But originally on the nose we said like it was a citrus, but on the palate I'm getting like a cherry note to it now.
Like a sherry.
Oh, it could be that. Yeah,
like
it might be. I don't know what they.
sherry.
Maybe it'll be in the notes. It'll tell us what they do for casking if they have like a finish on it that they do.
Yeah.
Maybe a sherry finish or something like that. So.
All right. So you want to hop into the notes? Or you want to give scores first? What do you want?
Actually, yeah. Let's we'll go with our let's give it our chug jug scale. So.
We both have to guess the price, or you would know.
I kind of know the price on this one. So as far as guessing, what you don't know what the price is. So what do you think you pay for this?
I would say $39.99.
You're actually very close. It's $40.99. That's what I picked it up for. And again, it could range, $5 either way.
Yep. So yeah, out of chug jugs, it's very
oh, come on, bring it in. Here's the chug for the chug dog. Here's the dog. Here's what I got to deal with. This is her. This is one chug for the chug jugs. There it is. Where she is. She got to get her on screen.
So
there
what
she
do you
is.
think? Because I think it's pleasurable, and kind of an easy drinker in a sense.
Yep. I like it. I like for it the way it drinks it and it goes. I wouldn't say no to it, and I'd drink it again for sure. I do like it. I'm thinking it's for me. Again, I usually go, and I think I'm generous, honestly, according to the Scrooge that Nick is with his chug jugs when he's giving them out, like he's paying for them when he's putting them out on a table. But, Rob and Baron are watching. There they are. Sipping. Ooh, they're sipping their screwball.
Ooh, love a good screwball.
Yeah, they do. Yep. So they're out there right now. Thanks, guys, for watching. So they're out there right now. But the screwball, he actually called me up the other day. Actually, didn't call me. He texted me and was asking me, he asked me about the Rams Point. I don't think we didn't try that one on the show, the Rams Point.
So what I heard is more butterscotchy.
On the Rams Point?
Yeah, I heard it's more of like a butterscotch.
It's very heavy. It's very thick. So, but back to the Berkshire bourbon, what we're working on right now.
Yes.
I think I'd give this, honestly, I'm in that 3 range. I want to give it a little bit higher, maybe like 3 1/4 or 3 1/2. That's where I'm at with it. I think it's good. I would like to have some more of it. I would not say no to it, obviously. I would definitely drink it again, and I'm hoping that this comes around. Now that we have the notes, that it'll come around on for blind when we're doing one of our regular studio shows. But definitely, I'm going to give this like a 3 1/4 right now. That's where I'm at with it.
I was kind of at a 2 1/2. And then I figured if I had to, I'd round up to a 3, but I'm going to stick with a 2 1/2 on the chug jugs. Because again, to me, that's just a neutral point. Like, it's not bad. It's not great. And I want to give it credit, but I feel like once I hit the 3, now I'm getting to the point where now I feel like when I hit the 3s, I'm really being generous. And this is on the cusp of that. But I wonder if, like, on a different day, how it will be. So I guess that score might change when I have the second one.
So what are you at right now? So you where?
2.5 out of 5.
2.5. Okay, that's actually pretty generous for you, honestly. That's almost like a 5 in your realm.
It's decent. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. So let's get into the notes. So
all right, let's go ahead, break them down for us, buddy.
I've been keeping mine upside down. So this is you said you didn't know the mash bill. Are we Great Barrington, Massachusetts? I'm from Barrington, Rhode Island. That's hilarious. All right, I should read it. So Berkshire Mountain Distillers may sound like a solidly English company, but they are definitely not. Situated in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, they produce many different spirits, including whiskey, rum, gin, and vodka. Established in 2007, they are well on their way to becoming a very big name in the American whiskey business. Interesting. This is the first legal distillery to exist in this area since Prohibition. The company pride themselves on their artisanal title as well as their support of local agriculture and business. Berkshire Bourbon is a young whiskey made from corn, sourced only 2 miles away from the distillery. It is aged in new fill American oak casks and carries the sweetness of the wood from nose to finish. The body of the whiskey is dense but rather fresh with a burst of fruit and caramel.
Hey, we said caramel. We were actually right.
Yeah, if you're looking for a good bang for your buck whiskey, then this is it. The lingers good and long with that thick density coming through and the rich flavors that keeps holding on. The overriding taste in the palate is again this thick caramel sweetness, but mixed with the malty corn and spices. There's a lot more to this bourbon.
That's what it's that maltiness in the background.
Malty. So the appearance was golden caramel. Yep. The nose, corn and caramel, and some nuttiness. So we kind of nailed
nutty,
it.
huh? Yeah, we did. We got the corn caramel. We said
no,
fruit
I said
notes
toffee.
Though. Yeah, well, you did say toffee, but we said that we also said we got a citrus note. But here's the whole thing: everyone's nose is different. So where they're getting this from versus, and again, I think this was from Flaviar. I got these notes, so that's their tasting and nosing notes.
The palate, light on the vanilla and heavy with the fruit. Apple and orange peel come through with a big dose of caramel that is creamy and delicious. So it was both.
So, dude, it's got apple and orange, and that's crazy.
Wow.
Dude, it's got everything.
Orange peel.
Yeah, we did say we said that originally. You said that on the nose.
Thought cherry, but I'm thinking maybe more of a red apple of some
maybe,
sort. Maybe
it could. Maybe that's what's coming through that dark. Maybe that red delicious apple, that kind of thing going on.
The finish was lingers long. Caramel is the most obvious, with a hint of spice and tangy oak wood. We hit this one right on, dude.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for watching us tonight. We're done because we're going to end it on that because we can't beat it. I wish. No, we're going to keep going on.
I'm going to tell you something. At the very end, I'm going to sip this one more time because I'll be interested to see.
Enough, and he's going to do it.
Do it. All right. So what's next? Clean your glass.
Oh, the other thing I want to give a shout out is to Berkshire Bourbon Whiskey they are actually making hand sanitizer right now. They've changed their production over to do hand sanitizer for local hospitals and for first responders. And I believe they were doing like a filling station kind of a deal. You bring a container to them and they'd give it to the general public. I don't know if they're charging anything for it. I couldn't really see, and I was kind of looking into it really fast about it. But a couple of these distilleries are making, actually a lot of distilleries down in Kentucky right now have changed over their operations and are making hand sanitizer for the local residents and for first responders, hospitals, stuff like that, because there's such a shortage of it right now. It's huge. That's why I actually wanted to do the Massachusetts, some local distilleries that are actually doing that. And Berkshire is one of them that is producing the hand sanitizer, which it really isn't that far off for them. It's not that hard. It's basically just the ethanol is that they're taking. So basically it's like for most of them, you'll get that part of it. I believe it's out of the heads and the tails. You're way up into that range of it's like 160 proof, maybe even higher. And they're saying that to make a hand sanitizer, the alcohol content in it has to be at least 60%. So they're coming in well above that with some of these. They're probably like 80%, and then they're just mixing it like a glycol mix that keeps it from evaporating so quickly, so it lasts on your hands longer when you're spreading it around, so it doesn't evaporate as fast. But that's pretty much. And when we were down, me and the Bourbon Babe, when we went down to Kentucky, they were talking about, if you want to use hands, we just use the heads and the tails. They use it for a disinfectant at the distillery when they're disinfecting certain parts of the stills and whatnot, because it's such a high proof. They just put it directly on there, and it won't affect the machinery, and it won't affect anything else. So it's basically a disinfectant already, and that's what they're using at this time right now. So they're helping out with the communities right now. A lot of distilleries are, by making this hand sanitizer, which is awesome.
Gotcha.
Oh, we got Jay from Bourbon and a Baby is out there.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome aboard.
Jay.
So much, buddy, for helping me out with this.
He gave you a little shout out earlier.
If you didn't check in, but I'll give you another shout out right now. Jay from Bourbon and a Baby, great show. He's actually been putting out a couple of different shows. Obviously he does the bourbon side of it, but he also does the baby side of it because he has a young son named Max. And he actually put out one the other day from working from home, how to work from home, because evidently he's been doing it for like the last 7-8 years working from his house. And I actually laughed. I was watching it the other night with my wife, the Bourbon Babe, and he said, make sure you brush your teeth. That was that was great. But I guess working from your house, you think, hey, I'm not going anywhere, I mean, but it was like,
you got to stay on that hygiene
and how to work from your home if you have to work from your house, which a lot of people are finding that right now. So, great content over there. So if you're working from your house right now and you need to figure out, how to do it, what to do, go check out Bourbon and the Baby. On YouTube, he's got the video out, just came out the other day. But obviously good advice, brush your teeth. That's part of your day that you normally do if you're going out. Do it at home too. But I that was hilarious. I really thought it was funny, but he's got some great content there. He covers bourbon reviews too, and he does that. And he does baby as being a new dad. So he's got a lot of baby stuff out there too, for new parents and whatnot, and going along. So check out his content. It's actually pretty good. And he's really into it. And he actually started out, I think, just a couple of months before us with the channel that he has. So, we're kind of all in it at the same time, which is awesome. And again, reached out to him. Great guy, help more forthcoming with everything that he's got going on. So, and he told me about this, streaming software, which is we're using, and it's working great. So thanks, Jay. So what do you want to get into next, buddy? I've got the other three here.
I think the Nor'easter.
Yeah, want to break into Nor'easter? We'll break out the Nor'easter next.
And the reason why is because I want to point out now your handwriting and your handwriting on this one.
3-year-old with crayon.
I said it looks like on one of my taps at my bar for a local beer. This is like how it would look. So I like your appearance and your handwriting.
Thank you very much. It took me a half hour to write that out for you, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. But so here's the Nor'easter. If you ever find it there in the bourbon realm, a little Nor'easter bourbon. This one is actually made on Nantucket, the island itself.
Wow.
They have the distillery out there, and so that's where they make this one. This is it says a whiskey blend. It's a bourbon, but it's a whiskey blend. So I think they kind of, if I remember correctly, I think that they get some of their stuff sourced, and then they do a blending process. They age it a little bit more, then they do a big blend of it and put it all together, which a lot of distilleries do, especially a lot of the craft distilleries. So let's get into this one. So you ready to whiskey, buddy?
Ready and able.
Yo, boop. Boop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna need the little ding noise for when we do it one. But so let's get into it. What do we got on the nose, bud?
It smells very sweet.
Oh, dude, this is another one. It's got a really nice nose.
It smells like cherry.
Okay. Again, I'm getting, dude, a lot of times I can't get past, and it's like one of the things I first pick up with, like almost every bourbon I guess we try is like the wood note. I mean, we wouldn't be wrong saying it. You're 99.9% of the time correct if you go, I'm getting oak out of it, because I mean, it is stored obviously in oak barrels.
I think it's pepper.
Ooh, look at you smashing it. I guess you know what? From now on, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little warm up, because when we have a warm up, your next one, you crush the notes. You're like, you just throwing out, oh, I'm getting this. I'm getting paper. I'm getting potato chips. I think it was an oil change from 1985 I did.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like the time I laid out and had that tuna sandwich, and then it started to drizzle slightly. Oh, yeah. All right, man.
But no, I think pepper. I'm still getting that sweet note in there. I think it's going to a light cinnamon, I'm going to go caramel. I'm sure when I see the notes, it'll be the complete opposite.
It's vanilla.
Yeah, all right. Well, then we got 50-50. Again, that's why I like doing a show with a co-host, because I can't be wrong.
Let's taste it.
All right. That's got a nice nose too.
Wow.
Another good one, man. It's sweet.
Good. Yeah. Very smooth. Very smooth.
Dude, and actually the proof is up on this one compared to the other one.
Wait, this proof is 100%. I'm going to guess. Oh,
what is
45?
It, ooh, yeah, dude, you're crushing it this evening with these. It's 44.4.
Oh, man.
Dude, you were literally 0.6 off. That was actually pretty good, but it comes in way smoother than that other one. It's like a lot more easy drinking on this one. So I mean, All right, so we got the nosings down. Let's bang out some palate notes.
I don't think I poured enough in mine. I gotta pour it.
Well, I gave you enough. You should be able to scrounge some out of there.
Yeah, with the little droplet.
Yes. And again, folks, if you're wondering why, if you're just tuning in and wondering why me and Nick look like we're in different places, it's because we are practicing the good social distancing skills that are requested by our government right now in our local state. So we thought 35 miles was going to be far enough apart. So that's what we're doing right now. But we are able to do the live, which is nice.
Again, I'm getting like spice in there.
There is a spice in there. You're absolutely right, and I'm getting more of that peppery note.
Yeah.
On the palate.
Yeah.
But again, with the oak is also in there on the tail end for me. Not getting that same burn, that same Kentucky hug like we had before. It is there.
It's there.
But it's not.
It's weird.
It's smoother on the palate, but that the finish is a bit longer than on the other one for sure.
I feel like the Kentucky hug is like it's warm. It's like using a warm pad. What are those pads that?
The heating packs?
Like a heating pad. Yeah, that was so stupid. I can't believe it. What is that thing?
What is that heating pad
warm.
thing?
It's
it's warm. Yeah, it's just the heating pad, buddy. Oh, you kill me.
That is amazing. Anyways, so a heating pad. I feel like that's what it feels like in your chest, but it doesn't go to that like burning fire where you feel like you're about to like become a dragon. Does that make sense?
Yes, no, it does. But okay.
It's warm.
It is. It's nice. It's not overpowering, which is good. I'm getting again a wood note, getting that oak in the back, like I said, on the back on the palate. Oh, here he goes. What do you got now?
You said the oak thing 4 times.
Did I? Well, I just want to make sure I'm getting it across to you.
Listen,
the pepper, a fruit note. This fruit, I'm getting fruit in there also. I don't know what kind of a fruit. I'm going to go more with like a orchard fruitish kind of a deal going on. So that gives me a wide range to be right about. Yeah. Not peach, not apricot. That's not what I'm getting out of it. I'm going more the appley realm on that end. Apple perry, maybe. A cinnamon note in there too. You're getting that little cinnamon flavoring up front. It like hits you right away before it goes into anything else. Oh, water. All right, let's see if that helps. I'm going to clean my palate actually. And go in, add a little water. There we go.
I had to add like the slightest bit, like because we don't have the droppers.
Yeah, the droppers makes it. Yeah, actually, you should just be using like the cap to do it. It's like I just filled it up halfway.
Yeah, I'm not.
What are you getting out of that? It tastes like spring water. I'm getting a lot of spring water
bourbon
on this.
Flavored water.
Yeah, well, that'd be nice.
Hey, that's an idea.
Hey, Paul. Paul Gibbs just checked in. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Bob. I didn't open it up anymore.
No.
I just totally hit my nose.
I'm just smashing your face off that glass. I like it. So Paul Gibbs just checked in. I don't know what else we got going on, buddy. I think I may go to the notes. I mean, there is a spice in there. You're getting that like spice on the nose for sure. Like I said, it came off more cinnamony on that end for me anyway. So I will read the notes on this one, my friend. So we got the Nor'easter Bourbon. Go ahead.
I have to guess the price before you go.
Oh yeah, okay. Go. What do you think the price is on this puppy?
Oh, and the chug jugs.
Oh, a chug jug scale. Okay.
What are we doing?
Well, you're first on this one. I went first. Paul, right now we are drinking Nor'easter. Nor'easter is a locally sourced. It's from Massachusetts, where we're located out of. So we actually are drinking the Nor'easter Bourbon right here, my friend. There we go.
I would say, looking at this bottle, it's probably $32.99.
Woo! Man, I'm good on that one, my friend. It's higher than that. 40. Yeah, it is $46.99.
Okay.
That's what I paid for it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone else can get it cheaper somewhere, but that's what I got. I guess coming all the way, 20 miles off sea from us on Nantucket Island to, all those transportation costs.
Okay.
So, so it's $46.99. The Nor'easter Bourbon is nor'easters are storms that are found off the eastern seaboard. that. Oh, I'm sorry. This one actually, I'm sorry. Let me get into the mash bill. I was jumping over a whole bunch of stuff here. It's 88.8 proof, 44.4% alcohol. There's no age statement on it, but when I looked at the site, it said that it's between 4 to 8 years old, all the whiskey that they're blending into it. So that's the average. That's what they're doing. So it's between 4 to 8 years old. It is a blend. They do get some of their whiskey is sourced. The distillery is the 888 Distillery, located on Nantucket Island. Nor'easter is found on the eastern seaboard that batter Nantucket on a yearly basis. They typically bring heavy rain, significant snowfall, and strong winds. These storms are similar to hurricanes, except they are typically formed over land rather than on the ocean. When they gather strength along the east coast, winds rotate in a counterclockwise direction, generating a northeast wind around the north side of the storm. The origin of the name nor'easter comes from this wind direction. The mash bill on this is now the mash bill changes between batches that they do and plus the sourced whiskeys that they get in. So the mash bill on this was actually rather high on one end of it. So it's 60% corn, 23% barley, and 17% rye.
Barley.
So
maybe that was a prominent taste because it was almost like
that is a really high barley content in it because most of the time you're dealing with all the bourbons we drink. Most of them are like in that 10 to 5% range on the malted barley that they're using. This one's saying 23%, which is on the real high end of it. But I believe with the barley, that's where you're getting a lot more of the fruitier notes are coming through. The sweet notes and stuff like that. That's more along the lines of the barley, if I'm right. If I'm not right, put it in the comments. Okay. Yeah, it's a different mash bill for sure on this.
You know what I said that's interesting is that I haven't said it, but I was thinking it. It's like you said it was from Nantucket, and I could picture like just being out in a sailboat on the Nantucket waters, the air and the breeze and like this in hand. Like this, I feel like it fits perfectly for where it was originated, if that makes sense. Yep. It's like a perfect depiction of a bourbon in their home, a whiskey in their home. Yep. So very good. I really enjoy this. So before we still haven't given the score.
We haven't given a score. So let me just get through the rest of the notes on this, and then we'll give them a score on it.
I thought we had to do the score before the notes.
Well, we usually do, but that's when we're doing it in the studio when we have a much more controlled environment, and we're not off the rails like we are right now.
All right.
Yeah, get your head in the frame too. I don't know what you're doing over there. You look like you're off frame. Come on, man. Everyone wants to see those baby blues. So it basically goes into the description. It says they also buy their bourbons from other distilleries in Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Missouri. These bourbons all have different mash bills that they use. They bring them. They're distilled elsewhere. They bring to Nantucket so they can also mature there. During this maturation process, Nantucket's environment plays a huge role. Being an island, we have a maritime climate, oceanic climate, marine climate. I guess that would cover with maritime climate for me, but okay. Nantucket is located. Yeah, that's what you were just talking about. Nantucket is located in North Atlantic, means they get a lot of influence by the polar air mass. So, however, Nantucket is also close to the Gulf Stream, so they get influenced by the temperate and tropical air mass also that blows through there. Only on a handful of places in the world have this type of climate. One region is the Western Isles of Scotland. 888 Distillery takes advantage of this unique situation by using a ventilated warehouse, allowing the island air to mature our spirits in selected barrels. All the barrels they use are 53-gallon in size. After aging, a portion of the whiskey is sometimes double-barreled or finished in former sherry casks, previously used in wine. So this one it could be possibly, but under rules, it's supposed to tell you if it's finished in sherry cask.
What's interesting is, when I said cherry in the nose, I was thinking sherry, but said cherry. And I was like, I wonder if I meant sherry. And I didn't say it, so I regret that now. But when you said but then the last thing you just said was the same thing. I thought all right, it felt like the Nantucket air was getting in there. And you just said I was right. I was like,
so it possibly could have been done in a sherry cask, which will give you the fruity stuff that we're talking about, apples, or it could be pears, or it could be anything along those lines. You're getting that winey kind of a finish in there. So you're definitely getting those fruit notes. So on the nose, we are getting, now this is interesting to me because it's saying on the nose we should be getting a sweet and slightly peaty, which we thought may come from the ocean air. Now I've got these now to understand. I went and I got the notes, and these notes came from There Will Be Bourbon because I couldn't find a lot of reviews on this. And even on the site itself, it had limited information as far as what you should be getting off flavorings for it in nosings. So again, you know what this reminds me of is if you are getting any of that kind of saltiness and brininess that may be coming along, is the Jefferson's Ocean that we did. You know, when we were saying you get that kind of yes, you know, they do the ocean aging because they take a ship out to sea. This is getting that, they're saying, from just doing the natural aging process, being on an island that's out in the Atlantic. Okay, so the palate, it's extremely sweet with vanilla, apple, nice. And spices coming through strongly. It says the finish is thin. That's this individual's personal opinion on it. And again, opinions vary, and you're never going to be wrong with it. Whatever you're getting. I'm not going to tell you, nope, you're totally wrong. I would never say that because you're getting it. That's what you're getting out of it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it, you know? So nosings are your nosings. So I'm not going to say the wrong or right. And like I said, I try to always go to the distillery if I can, but they didn't have any notes. And again, a lot of these are smaller distilleries that we're dealing. These are all local distilleries that we're going to be trying tonight from Massachusetts. So this is one of them, and it's located on Nantucket Island. And we already said the price was $46.99. So, but what are you going to give for the chug jug on this one? You know, prices aside, everything that we went through, what is your drinkability factor?
So I really liked this. This to me was really good. And I'm glad you said the Jefferson's Ocean at Sea, because a lot of similarities and a lot of differences, and the differences are in my favor because when we had the Oceans at Sea, I was expecting, I guess, not, even though it was blind, I was expecting like this flavor, this aroma, this feeling, like I said, feeling like when you're sipping it, you're out at sea, sailing on a boat or something.
Bourbon babe, stealing the whiskey.
Jay stole it too. Literally said, "Go steal it. You got to throw it up there." I've been checking. It's hilarious. You got to throw that up.
There it is, Bourbon and Baby.
Yeah, and Paul said it too. You guys are awesome.
There it is. Making it better. There, just run in and take some. This is what Jay said. Yeah. Just laugh out loud. Just run in and take some.
And then I got second permission from Paul.
Yeah. Well, Robert was a social distance equals more for me at home. So they've been having a whole conversation going on the side.
They have.
But Jay did say go in and steal some. So I wasn't. That's the whole thing. You know, this is our first live, and I'm not used to working all the controls in the cockpit, so to say. I've got a lot going on. Yes, and I'm trying to change our banners here and doing everything, and while keeping up on the comments. Get out of my shot, woman. This is working from home. I try not to bother you, except when I'm playing video games downstairs, and she hears me swearing all day.
We promised we would play with each other at some point.
We will. We'll have to because we have all this time. So back in screen. Thank you, dear. Bourbon Babe. Bye, Bourbon Babe. Thanks for coming in. I'm sure she'll be back for one of the other ones, but this one must have got her interest in some way.
Well, usually at the end of an episode, you always offer her some, and her first statement was, he hasn't even offered me any. So usually you offer and you haven't. So I
do. Well, dude, honestly, again, so different. This is our first YouTube live. And in the studio, it's different because honestly, all this stuff, like a lot of the things, like people won't see because I edited it out. So like her hand may be coming in, so I zoom in on maybe one of our faces, and you don't get to see that. But sometimes I just leave it in there because I get lazy in the editing end of it. But we kind of keep it a little bit raw there. It's a lot of the footage is more behind the scenes than anything else when we really do this. So it kind of keeps it interesting. I think more along the lines. We're pretty good with each other. We keep it light, and we joke and we laugh a lot. That's the one thing I find a lot that I should. Dude, I'm going through when I'm doing it. I'm like, and I try to save some of it. So here's the whole thing too. If you watch our shows, you got to watch them all the way through the end. We don't really have end credits because it would just be producer me, sound me, sound this. That would be pretty much it. But at the end of it, when you get through the closing portion of where I give, our little blurb on follows on Instagram and everything, at the end, sometimes there's a little special little clip of maybe me and Nick being me and Nick, or Nick just being Nick, which is, just him. It could be him going on screen. You know what I mean? So, but there are some funny clips at the end that I put in along with the stuff that I do in the beginning of some of the outtakes that I really don't have a use for the show part of it, but I can put at the end. So so where were you at with this for the chug jug scale, my friend?
I was saying that I thought that this is probably, to me, a 3.5 out of 5. So I really enjoyed this, and I thought like this was that, like I was saying before, just a way better Jefferson's Ocean at the Sea. It's exactly what more of I anticipated, where it's lighter, sweeter, that cherryish sherry, as they would say too.
Yep.
In the notes that it was sweet, but it's a little bit of spice and just like that feel good. Like when I go out I'm going to tell you something. My dad actually wants to plan a trip out with the boat this summer. So when I do that, I'm honestly gonna go buy this. You got to tell me where to find it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna bring it out on the boat and age it for like 6 hours at the sea and see what happens to it.
Yeah, because I would too. I'd be like, "You never believe what I did," and you'd be like, "You're an idiot.
You're an idiot, dude. That doesn't work." He goes, dude, I opened up the bottle while I was driving and I like held it up so the wind was flying into it. And you know what? I wouldn't put it past Nick doing that and going, dude, I think I'm getting more out of it.
It's splashing everywhere.
It's just all over. I'm getting the aging. It's all over me right now.
Oh my God.
My goodness. All right, what do you want to go to next, buddy?
All right, so are we dirty water?
Sure, we can do dirty water. Right. Dirty water is actually interesting because when I first bought it, I thought it was a lot of bourbon, and I was like, eh. But actually, the Dirty Water Distillery, which is the one we're going to get into next here, is actually out of Plymouth, Massachusetts. Another one. Here's another one that's also making hand sanitizer for hospitals, first responders, and for the local public. If you want to go buy, I don't know if they're charging or not for it, but if you I think you have to bring your own little bottle or whatever, and they'll refill it up for you. Yeah. So again, nice that they're doing it, but you know they have the processing power for it. They can easily do it using the heads and the tails, like we discussed earlier. So let's get into see if I can get a pop off this. Nope, not really. It's got a little bit, but not much. I got it. I got a little bit. So pour that out.
Needed.
That's all we needed.
Before we even start into it,
cleanse your palate. Drink some water before you get into this one.
I did. Right. What was your nor'easter?
My nor'easter. I'm going to give that one actually a 3.5. I really like that one a lot. I liked a lot of the notes that I was getting off of it. I like the flavor. If you offered me that anywhere, if I saw it on a shelf at a bar, I'd be more than happy to buy a shot out of that. And I'm actually happy I have the bottle in my bar now. It's actually very good. I like the flavoring notes. I liked everything that was coming out of it. You know, I mean, and obviously they're doing blending with it, which I'm fine with. A lot of the craft distilleries are doing that. Upstart distilleries, you could say. They have to have some kind of a product to begin with, and that's what a lot of them do. They are making their own. They have that unique mash bill, which was kind of crazy with all the high percentages of barley and that were in that 23%.
Okay.
All right, cleanse the palate. We're ready for this is the Bachelor. This is a single malt whiskey. This is made by the Dirty Water Distillery out of Plymouth, Massachusetts. This is more done along the lines of a traditional Scotch. So they do it in a Scottish style. So it's a single malt. So let's see what this is like. Originally, because I didn't do any research into it, cracked the bottle open and tried it and said, this is a terrible bourbon. Well, you know what? It is a terrible bourbon because it's a Scotch. Right. So it is. So that'll be why. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Oh, we got Bourbon Bounty is on with us tonight. Hello, Bourbon Bounty. They actually just started subscribing to us the other day. We subscribe to them also. Hey, guys, welcome aboard. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Also,
good day.
Good day to you, sir. And here they are. Hi, all. So welcoming us in, that's very nice.
I saw Tim Murray in the building. Hey, Tim.
Yeah, Tim was up there. Tim popped up. He's watching along too. Ooh, this is a different one.
This smells really nice though.
It does. And now that I know what it is,
honey.
I may like it more. There is a honey on the nose.
It's like, is it citrus or like a flower?
Yeah. Oh, hit that like button, everybody. Thank you very much, Jay. I forget that one too. Make sure you hit the like button down below. Like, subscribe, follow us. Let us know. Make some comments. Let us know what you think. Any
I'm not
ideas?
Much more off this. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm getting some maltiness in there. Oh, whoa!
Shortbread cookie.
Ooh, nice. All right. Nick has actually been impressing me, folks. With all his downtime living from home, Nick decided to go back and watch our episodes from the beginning. He crushed like 18 the other day and been writing down all the notes in his little booklet there, writing down the notes that we had and the actual tasting notes on it to see how close he's been getting. He's actually, from our first episodes, if you watch, to where we're at now, he's gotten really good at doing the nosings and stuff. He's getting a lot more of the notes out of it. He has, my little Padawan. He has been getting a lot more of the notes. He's been picking out a lot more of the flavors and the palate and whatnot. So he's come a long way And again, he is a certified bartender, so he's out there. But he's also said a couple of times when we've been talking on the side, when we do a lot, that how much it's actually helped him doing the show and being the bartender when he's talking to his customers and whatnot, being able to suggest stuff to them and why this is coming out, or maybe they're getting more of this. So, good for him. And, I'm glad it worked out in a way.
It makes me feel more confident when people are asking suggestions, and I can look at what we have and I can be like, all right, I've tasted a majority, pretty much all these, so I can point you in the right direction,
All right. On the nose, I'm getting more. I'm getting a honey, like we said. I think there's like maybe a slight florally thing going on there. I'm getting some maltiness going on. Also, obviously, it's a single malt, so you're going to get some malt in there. I'm not getting like that smokiness. No smoked peat. I'm not getting that out of it.
No, I said the shortbread cookie. I feel like.
Okay.
Like just the cracker of a Vienna finger or something.
Oh, okay. All right.
But also a pat of melted butter, like just like a nice.
All right, so you get some little butteriness in there,
almost like the top of a hot toddy, like that melted buttery style.
Yeah. So.
All right, I'm ready to taste it though because it smells delicious, and if it's heading towards the Scotch realm, this is in my favorite.
Well, this is definitely, and I think you will find this in your realm because it's not peaty, it's not smoky, so I think you're going to like this a lot. So let's go in, see what we're getting out of it, bud.
Ooh.
Okay, that's different. Definitely coming off like the Scotch, and I'm glad. Here's the thing. Wow. You know what? When you try a whiskey, go back to it and try it again, because originally when I tried this, totally wrong where I thought it was going because I did no research in it. I just opened it for the bottle. Thought I was drinking a bourbon. Literally, it's coming off as a Scotch. So now that I know it's coming off as the Scotch end of it, totally different, and I'm actually enjoying it more.
I almost feel like it literally tasted like I hate to say this, it literally tastes like dirty water.
Well, how appropriate is that? It's the Dirty Water Distillery.
I don't want that to be coming across because somebody's probably gonna be like, "Ew, well, then that's gross."
Well, no, it's not. It's not dirty water. It's
no, okay. It's like a name of a drink, dirty water. Like I would think this is just a really watered down bourbon, like dirty water. But
no,
because the name of it.
I'm getting literally a lot of the Scotch notes that you'd normally get.
I get
those are coming through. There is a lot of smoke. I'm getting a little smoke. Not smoke. I'm thinking more of the maltiness is coming through and a lot more of the fruit notes. So I'm getting those fruity notes are coming through on there. It's a light fruity. I'm not getting like that heavy peat and smoke that we normally get with the Scotches that we, Really? This is a little, I think it's heavier than like a Glenlivet. Like we tried the Glenlivet 15 today, the French cask finish. It's a totally different realm of that, but I'm still getting the fruit notes out of this.
I'm getting some peppery notes in there, but like you said, you feel like it's fruit. I'm not getting the fruitiness though. Like I'm actually. This is probably the first one I'm going to disagree with you. I'm not.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no,
you can disagree.
You're also disagreeing.
All right, folks. Now that Nick's disagreed with me, we're looking for a new co-host. So anybody,
we're looking to fight. If anyone can set
we're gonna fight in the parking lot after social distancing is over. That's when we're
gonna
throw
drive
down
to your house and fight you and lose, and then walk myself home.
No need for that, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm myself, like you're saying, you're not getting it. I'm getting that fruit, a vanilla note in there.
I'm getting the vanilla.
Like a honey. But I'm going a honey kind of a floral. So you're going, I'm going to say, I've said it before on other ones that we've tried, like a honeysuckle. So that's like that flowery honey note that I'm getting out of it. Now, I could be 1,000% wrong, but that's the sweetness I'm coming with.
It's
with
weird
this
because
one.
I completely agree in the nose, but the palate has and it's not smoky. It is. Like you said, I think the malt is there, but it's not like a bad normal Scotch smoke where you're like, oh gosh, this is harsh. It's very faint. It's a faint smoke. Remember the old fashioned we smoked? I almost feel like they made the bourbon and then they smoked it and then threw it in a packaging, if that makes sense.
Okay,
so the smoke got into it, but it didn't
It's not heavy though. That smell. It's not in there. It's like a wisp. It's very light. It's way in the background if you can even find it. I'm having a hard. If you're picking it out, you're not wrong. But I'm getting more of that light flute, the fruit floral. That's what I'm getting from this one. So you want to get into
ready?
Actually, you want to give it a chug jug scale before we begin? This way we can actually break it out the right way. So what would you go?
You said you didn't want to do it.
Well, I didn't on the other one because I got so deep into the notes. I was like, then you want to. I know, but let's do it. You know, we did it for the first one. The second one we went off the rails. The third one we'll try to get back on track. So what? So what are you thinking you're going to give this one?
I had a little H2O. I got to figure out.
Oh, okay, all right. H2O. I forgot about that.
I think it opens up the smokiness a little bit more on the nose.
Oh, dude,
now that I've done
start
that,
using a cap because I just dumped water in this. I need my droppers. I should have grabbed those. Should have gave you a dropper.
I feel like it killed it. I feel like it just brought out smokiness and like a very like watered down.
I'm getting
Scotch.
that slight peatiness and smokiness now. Really light. I'm getting it with the water more on the palate now. So
yeah,
definitely right. You were right. You got that before the water. I didn't get it until I added the water, but it is in there. This one, me personally, I'm going to give this 2 3/4. That's where I'm at because the realm that it's trying to go to, it wants to be a Scotch. And I don't think it made it. You know what I mean? I like it. It's okay. But if you compare it against even your most basic, generic entry-level Scotch that may match up against something like this, again, like I don't know what realm they're trying, what region they would be trying to copy with going with this one. I'm thinking more of like definitely not an Isla because you're not getting that high smokiness. Maybe a Highland or, somewhere in that, the Speyside kind of because you're getting that more. To me, that florally note, those
That's true.
fruits
I would
and whatnot.
Say the Speyside more because of
more
like you said,
Speyside,
that florally note.
But I think it falls short on reaching where a true Scotch is for those with this one. So that's why I'm like in that 2 3/4 maybe in from there, and I think that 2 3/4 is high as I go on this one.
I was going to do the same thing.
Okay,
2 3/4. I thought I liked the nose so much. I wish that there was a Scotch, and maybe if somebody knows, they could point me in the right direction. I need a Scotch that smells like this, that tastes like what it smells like, because I was really pleased with the honey, the sweetness, a little bit of the floral, that like shortbread cookie, like that very lightness, and then once we tasted it. It went back into a little bit. It wasn't too bad. We've had way worse. But it went back into those Scotch realms of the smokiness. And I just wish that there was that borderline. There's got to be the in-between. I haven't found it yet, but I'm looking for it. So
you're kind of a tough sell for Scotches. You really are. You're not easy.
Well, let's get into it. So the proof is 80 proof. It's 40% alcohol. The mash bill, we do not know.
Figure it's the malted barley, so it's probably like 100% malted. If they're going with a true Scotch, it'll be 100% malted barley. That's what it's going to be.
Now, it says a true single malt with similarities to Highland Scotch.
I said Highland, so if that was what they were trying to go for, but it's like you'd have to find something, an entry-level Highland Scotch that may match up to this if that's what they're going for, but again, I don't think it quite reaches it, and that's where I'm at with my score, so. Continue on, sir.
Crosses the palate with a very clean and uniform flavor after studying the process for a year and lots of experimentation within the gray areas of the law. We decided to make the leap and start a distillery. We found a great space in the heart of Plymouth and set out on our permit licenses and equipment. Another year later, we were up and running. We have 2 primary stills, both handmade by our friend in Maine. The larger still is a 200-gallon version with a custom-made copper bell. The smaller still is 10-gallon, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to skip right over that.
Yeah, you can skip it. Well, actually, don't skip too far because did you see the names of their stills?
That's what I was just about to say. Naturally, the 2 stills are named Dr. Evil and Mini-Me, which is amazing. They make an artisanal liquor, not your grandfather's liquor, except for one, rather new and exciting. Okay, so they make some liquors that can be in cocktails. Nothing else here. So there's no mash bill whatsoever for this. There's no appearance. There's no nose. There's no palate. There's nothing besides the price, which now I saw the price and I can't guess.
Well, the price is the price on it. I mean, so you saw what the price is. It's $44.99 by us. That's what I got it for when I purchased it, and I can't remember where I purchased that. But I grabbed it. I said, "Oh, let's try it." It's a Plymouth. I actually think the Bourbon Babe actually suggested it. Like she sees a lot of things and she picks them out for not the reason that you would think. It's like she likes the bottle, she likes the name, and so we tried it. We also tried the Bearcat bourbon out of her suggestion, and you see how well that went. If you've watched our episode,
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. She just yelled to me. She goes, "But yippee-ki-yay!" I said, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, I like the yippee-ki-yay." I don't think we haven't done that one on the show yet, right? No, we haven't. No. We haven't had that on the show.
We got to get that campfire.
We have done some. We still haven't done the campfire, obviously, which is going to be an interesting one because that's like. I think that comes off a lot. What did you do over there? I hear you coughing. Corona. We got to cut his link. I don't want to catch it through the TV.
I had like a chunk of water and I chugged it, I think, too fast.
Oh man, drinking too quickly.
Yep. So,
go ahead.
On?
Yeah, I think we'll move to our next one, and go from there. But so our last one is going to be out of. Not the rough and tumble city of Roxbury, sir. That's where we're coming out with that one. So, okay. We've got Bully Boy. Bully Boy.
Bully Boy.
You've tried it? Oh, you have.
I think I have before, but I can't confirm. I feel like I tried it out at a bar one time. I could be wrong.
So, well, that's our next one up. It will be a Bully Boy American Straight Whiskey. So they don't really call it a bourbon. They're calling it a straight whiskey. So pour me out some. I know you have all yours pre-poured and ready to roll, but
yep,
I kept them in the au naturel in the bottle. Ooh, too much or not enough?
Yep. Of course, for the one, I bet I don't even like this one.
Well, hey, you know what, buddy? You got to do what you got to do. So,
Bearcat was the first one I've ever had to stop sipping on. I like one sip. I was like, never again.
On what? Which one was that? The Bully Boy?
That Bearcat.
Oh, the Bearcat. Yeah, you did. You bailed out of that one right after we tried it. You were like, no, don't do that.
No. All right.
You ready to whiskey?
Ready and able.
There it is, off my screen. Ooh. All right.
It smells like a Tennessee.
See,
like a very just like a bourbon.
Yeah, I was going to say, it smells like bourbon. That's what it smells like. It smells like whiskey. Yeah. But, you wouldn't be wrong if you said Tennessee or, you could get that with either one. But it's going to, again, you're getting that sweet note. It's getting that sweet nose.
I know. I'm not getting past the sweet nose.
A cinnamon. Maybe there's definitely some spices going on, but there's the sweet spices, like a baking spice going on in the nose.
Definitely a baking spice.
I'm going to say maybe a nutmeg. Allspice, nutmeg, something like that in there on the nose going on. Again, a fruit, oak. Shocking, I know, but I'm only going to say it once. That's it. I'm done. Till try the palate. Maltiness in there. Maybe a little corn, slight corn. Looking quick, 0. I have no mash bill on this. So again, we're just going to be winging it with what we think it might be. Obviously, to be called, if you need to be a bourbon, it has to be at least 51% corn. So we know we're dealing with at least some sort of corn. Most mash bills that you're dealing with for most distillers will be between 60 to 70 some odd percent of be corn in the mash bill. Not like that crazy one where it was 60% and 23% barley, which was interesting. But this one is, we don't know really. What do you think is the proofing on this, sir? You haven't tried it yet. We haven't got it. Well, yeah, we haven't got it on the taste yet. Oh, all right, let's get it. I don't know why someone turned that on. I brought. Well, actually, she brought home the timer because she was doing her.
That's so random, though. How long was that timer on for?
I had it on for an hour, so we've been on for an hour.
All right, well,
just about over an hour.
Let's get to the tasting of this then.
All right, getting in. Wow, that's nice too. But then again, I like the bourbons and the whiskeys, and that's my realm. That's where I really enjoy it. I really get into the bourbon end of it and the history of bourbons and all along that. And I don't know, and I like Scotches and I like the Irishes. I do like those, but really for me, it's like I really enjoy a good bourbon whiskey. I just like the complexity, the depth, and the differences that are going on in it, and just the flavorings. Oak, getting the oak in there. Shocking, Derek, getting oak.
Yeah, and spices. I mean, on the palate, there's a lot of spice, a lot of peppery spice notes. Like my throat feels a little bit hot.
Yeah. Hey, dude, here you go. Bourbon Bounty said, note to self, avoid Bearcat.
Yes.
That's a good idea. And if you want a sample of it, if you can't find it by you, send me your information and I'll send you out a sample of the Bearcat if you want to try it out. That was infused with espresso and aromatic bitters, and we couldn't get it. If you want, watch our show, check out our show on that one that we did on the Bearcat, the Flavored Friday on it.
Is it like cloves?
Like I was just gonna say, dude, I think you might have hit that right on the nose with like a cloviness to it for the spice in there.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a cinnamon note.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a little water in mine, bud.
Maybe a cherry. I'm gonna go with a cherry on the for the fruit that I'm getting out of this. A dark cherry.
Yep.
I like it. It's good. And then what we're going to do is after when we're done with doing our notes on all of these, we'll say which one we like the best. We'll give our little, our flashback 4. we usually do the flashback 5, but we don't have a 5th. So this will be what do we have? What did you bring out? The Glenlivet?
Glenkenchie.
Oh, that's right. I got to grab the Glenkenchie. Where did I put that? It's actually in my coat pocket. Right here. Here.
That's hilarious.
Yep. I was like, what the heck did I...
So I'm not going to lie. So I kind of want to move on from this one if that doesn't hint at what my score is going to be. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, but even on the palate, I added water. I still am getting a lot of peppery spice, clovey.
It's got
like
got
you
a
said,
lot of
some sort of dark fruit in there, like a dark cherry or something. And besides that, I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 5 on the chug jugs. It's not terrible, but it's not something that I would probably get again. I don't know. So, what do you think? What's your score?
On this one, I'm only going maybe like 2 3/4 on this. I didn't like it as much as the other ones. It is good. I don't mind it. Again, I'm getting it's to me. I think it's more along the lines that you said. It's more along that spiciness you're going. Maybe in the kitchen, on the counter, I might have thrown it up. If I grab the wrong coat out of the car, maybe.
I don't know.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so so I don't feel like there's much more to say about that.
No, I'm in that range, dude. It's like I like it. It's okay. I'm really over it. It's nothing great. I'm only okay with it. It was fine. Yes. Oh, you want to do the notes? We haven't done the notes.
I got to guess.
Oh, the price. Yes, the price on this puppy.
I'm going to go back to $40.
$40. It is actually, it's under 40, $34.99.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we can actually do the flashback 5 in a second here. Moving my whiskeys out of the way here. We'll put this one bully boy over there. And let's get into the notes. So this one is actually out of the rough and tumble neighborhood of Roxbury, Massachusetts. So if you've never been to Roxbury, you know what? It's not on the destination choice. So go to Boston. It's in that area. You don't stop in Roxbury. So this is made by 2 brothers, Will and Dave Willis. They spent their lives mastering the art of distilling. The 2 brothers, they had a lifelong obsession of not only making spirits, but making them well. When thinking about favorite whiskeys, we kept coming back to balance. Too often, whiskey is characterized by extremes, bourbon being too sweet, rye being too dry. Our goal was to create a spirit that captured the essence of each without relying too heavily on one. That is why our mash bill features corn, which imparts a sweet bourbon-like overtone, complemented with a healthy dose of rye, which imparts a dry, spicy undertone. There is no mash bill, so I don't know what the percentages are. So I'm thinking that they must have kind of like a high rye in there if they're expecting that you to get that rye. I was going to say,
it actually felt like a rye. It felt like a serious rye.
To really enhance and refine the flavor, we use the mother of all barrels, a charred 53-gallon new oak American oak. The wood brings out the delicious vanilla and caramel notes, as well as a nutty finish that never overpowers the spirit's grainy taste. So they're saying you're getting that grainy note to there. You're still getting the grains out of it. On the nose, it says you should be getting caramel and cinnamon on the nose, as well as figs, cherries, and a strong whiff of alcohol due to the spirit's youth. So it's young. Again, there's no age statement on this, so I don't know. It has to be at least a year old. So if it's tasting younger than, on that young side, that's why. Excuse me.
Okay.
The palate is the initial taste is surprisingly more on the side of a bittersweet amaretto, or amaro is what they put down.
Oh yes, no amaretto, and I thought that's that cherry flavor to it.
Okay,
that's
all right.
That and I was like, oh, it almost tastes like an amaretto.
Well, we kind of actually a lot of the notes we got out of this, we kind of got pretty close, with more of the familiar caramel and rowdy rye spice arriving later on, followed by a dry oakiness.
That's totally what it is. It's that amaretto with the cloves and the spices in there, and then it's got
that kind of that nuttiness you got going on. So you got a little something. So we got a lot of the notes. I think we banged some of them out pretty good. The price. So all the information I got from this one was from the Bully Boy site itself, and Distiller was for the tasting notes. Because again, you go to them, they don't have a lot of information at the distillers. Some of them put everything out there what they say you should be getting. This one didn't have any. So. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't do any notes on this last one. I don't know if you got any notes on the Glenkenchie.
I actually didn't, and I mean I can get the proofing right here, but I have no notes, no nothing. Right. So this is going to be random.
Totally random.
All right, wait, hold on, my turn.
Okay, buddy. Ooh, oh, that was a good pop. I liked it.
Nice. I'm so excited, but so when I opened it to pour it, we already, full. We like to be honest with you guys. We haven't looked at anything. This was all obviously similar to our blind taste testings that we normally do. But for this, right when I poured it for you in your little sample that you took home, it smelled smoky. So I'm interested to see what the nose and everything is now that we've got it in the Glenkenchie.
Oh, actually, I've pulled up some notes for this.
Well, don't read them yet.
No, I'm not gonna. I grabbed some because I wanted to see if I could find it. So. Dude, I have NASA set up in front of me. I've got computers and my phone, and I feel like I'm running a lot of stuff going on here. And I'm
underground business.
Yes. So all of those creators that do this all the time, and you guys are able to, manipulate all this at once and still maintain focus on what's going on the screen. 2 thumbs up to you, brothers and sisters, because it's not easy. And I feel like I'm trying to talk to you and listen to you, and I'm looking at comments that are coming up. It's I got to do this and I got to do that. Yeah. But hey, you know what? All right, brother. So you ready to get into this one? Are you ready to whiskey?
Ready and Abel.
Hey, ding. And we're in. Ooh, dude. Wow. All right.
Smoky and sweet.
It's got a sweet nose, but I'm getting okay, there's a peatiness, but not an overpowering that smoke, that overly smoked one. I'm getting a brininess, some kind of salty, going on there. I'm going to describe it like I always do to you, Nick. Me and you holding hands, standing on the ocean front, waves splashing and just misting over us slightly. Yes.
Like the Little Mermaid.
I just painted the picture for everyone.
Everyone knows what it sounds like.
Yeah. And what it, when you're standing there, on the salt marsh and you're getting that, the waves crashing over the rocks and, that sea breeze. And
it literally, that's what I'm getting if you're out in Scotland.
Well, I guess I've never been there. So if Murray's out there right now, Murray, does it smell like that in Scotland? Just constant sea and just an ocean spray and whatnot.
Grass. It smells like grass.
There is. I'll give you some grass in there. Yep.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome for that, sir. We got to build off each other, and this is it. So, but yeah, I'm getting that brininess, this. I'm gonna go with honestly on the nose alone. You're getting toffee again. I'm getting a white pepper. I would say a white pepper off of it. On the nose, because there's a spice in there.
Maybe that's what it is.
And it's a light spice, but it's not a baking spice or any of that. It's towards the cookie, a meaty end of it kind of spice. Honey. There is definitely the honey. I don't know if I think there's a fruit in there too.
Do you want to guess the alcohol content?
I'd have to try. Well, I have to try it. Yeah. So you want to go in for the let's go in for the sip, and I'll throw out my guess on alcohol.
It's smoky but no bite, which is very interesting.
Wow. That is
like
an interesting
when the smoke
flavor.
sticks on your coat, but it's not literally just your coat, not your undershirt. Like it's like it's there, but it's not in a burn. There's no burn. This is very weird.
86 proof? 43%?
Yeah, right on.
Oh,
exactly.
Hey! How about that? Sometimes. I'm getting that light peppery note. It's like, and I'm going more to the white pepper than the black pepper. Yeah. So it's that lighter pepper. It's like a sweeter pepper.
It's like if you open, instead of like the circle sides where only a little comes out, you open the big side and you get a whiff of it.
You get that big pow right in the face.
But you're right. It's like a white pepper. It's a lighter style pepper. Yeah.
Honey, a light cinnamon note. I'm getting like a cinnamon in there too, which is weird. And I know that I'm probably going to be wrong on that. But you know what, dude? I guarantee you if I threw out some crazy fruit right now, some like avocado fig, which I don't think exists, but
avocado
mango, but there's like I know there's a fruit in here, and I know it's going to be some crazy off-the-wall fruit I probably never heard of.
Yep.
But I'm getting that slight brininess, that little saltiness in there. Again, the peat, light smoke, super light smoke. And I don't know what this is. I don't know the Glenkenchie, I believe, is that what it is? Glenkenchie. 12 year is what we're drinking. Nick has the bottle. I got the sample from him today when I dropped off the samples for him to try for tonight. He just bought this bottle. So, we got to guess the price on this too, huh? I don't know what the price is. You do because you purchased it. So I am going to say this one, $65, Bob.
Ooh, $68.99, Bob.
Oh, all right. Cool. All right. That's close.
I would say I added some water. I actually like it more with the water, which I'm curious is to see another time trying this avocado fig.
Yeah, avocado fig. And
I know.
Jay liked it. Jay was like, that's funny. Yeah, well. I'm telling you, dude, I guarantee you there'll be something, when I look at these notes, it'll be
I want to have this with like the sphere ball ice. Like in a cup.
Oh, the ice poured. That'd be nice.
Yes, because I think that it would change the taste, but I like the water, like the watered down version actually, because I feel like it's actually bringing out a lot of the flavors. There already wasn't a burn in or anything, but the flavors stay there and nothing gets watered down. Everything still stays prominent flavor wise, which is
I just put the water in it right now, and it kind of brings out like that note, and I can't quite. It's like there's the honey in there. And I want to say it's the grassiness that you had said earlier is coming through. It's like that fresh mown hay, maybe like a hay kind of like a deal. Dude, I know it's crazy, dude, but there's like some crazy notes we've seen. And
I
know. And like the thing is like, we don't know what it is until we see it. And then it's like, really? That's what that was?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's totally some sort of earthiness, some like fresh soil, like sort of.
So let me see what the notes say on this. Excuse me for looking down at my phone while I'm. Wow. All right. It's really not that crazy from looking at the notes from what flavor.
Cloves and allspice, maybe. I think it's more clovey. I don't know. No, more spice. I don't know.
All right. So this is a lowland. It's a lowland Scotch.
Okay.
The Glenkenchie 12-year-old is adored for its cereal, green apple, lemon, and honey flavor notes. So that's what it's saying is predominantly it's grassy. They're saying you're getting grassy notes out of it. Hey, so there you go. It's sweet
very prominent.
And a fruit in there. And dude, for the fruit, it kind of like has everything going on. It's got banana and there's floral notes. There's also a slight floral note in there too.
I could see the floral.
So this one has a lot going on in there. I don't think we've tried a lowland before, a lowland Scotch. We've done the Highlands, the Space Sides. We've done some Islas. We've done some island Scotches. I like this one. I like it. Nick was concerned earlier. This is literally what he said to me. He goes, I'm afraid. He goes, I like it. And I'm going to open this bottle and I'm going to hate it. I'm going to look at it forever. It's just going to sit there and I'm never going to drink it again after I try it. But I honestly think Nick's going to go back on this one because it's actually right up Nick's alley as far as
I don't think I would buy it again, but I appreciate having the bottle to something to go to once in a while.
Dude, I just got a super sweet note off of it.
Yeah.
He's on his Bourbon Bounty is on his no drink day. So this is easy tonight. Oh, so he's got a no drink day. That's not Nick's day because Nick's talking to Nick. He's like, I'm drinking every night.
That's not me. That's your.
But you know what? Nick calls it research. If we call it research, it's okay.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I've actually been good. I like maybe like every couple of days I'll like have a couple drinks, but nothing crazy. But
well, here's the thing, dude.
It's
everybody
funny today
at work.
When Becca was like, let's do like every day for a half hour. I was like, no,
you're crazy. We came up with maybe we can do this because here's the whole thing. Really, everyone
I know. We want to do more.
I like when me and Nick, because of our work schedules and whatnot, when we meet up, we only have we shoot like 5, maybe 6 on the extreme end, maybe 8 videos we shoot in one night. So we get that done and. We had a shoot a couple of weeks ago and then this craziness happened with all this, Corona and, being locked down and stuff. So
last time I had Chinese.
Yes. The last time Nick had Chinese, that's the only reason I draw him down with Chinese food. But so we have X amount of videos in the basket that I can still work with, but it's like, I'm going to start running out of material after a while, depending on how long this may last and our social distancing and whatnot. So we may be doing more lives than anything else in a little while. So that may be the only way we're going to get out any kind of product. And for everyone that does a show by themselves, I imagine it's a lot easier because you don't have to worry about it. You just sit down in front of the camera, continue to crush your material. When you have a co-host like me and Nick are, we tried to, I did have to go see him today to drop stuff off, but we tried to maintain our social distancing and keep apart, but we really can't shoot together because we're going to be in closer proximity than 6 feet. And I don't have the setup to be doing 2 cameras and doing like this. So this works out for us, and it actually works out very well. As far as us still being able to shoot and get it done. So this may be our process for a little while, depending on how this is going to go. I'm hoping it doesn't go much longer, and we kind of get over the hump with this thing, so that we can actually get back together and get back in the studio. But if we can't, this will be it. We'll manage with this, and we'll get through.
Of course,
we'll get out some material. We'll just have to do stuff. It will be on a different schedule because. I work days and, I don't come home, but actually it wouldn't really affect. We could probably do it on our Mondays and Fridays like normal. It'll just be rather than at 2, we'll be releasing this at 8:00 at night for lives. So we'll see. But this one's actually, honestly, out of this Scotch, I'm thinking this is like in your wheelhouse. This is like what you like to drink. You know what I mean? It's not that extreme end of it that you hate. This is like really where you're at.
It is, but it isn't. It's still not on the sweeter side. There's still like, I don't mind the smoke. And it's actually, especially with this one, I don't mind it, but like I would like a Scotch that isn't super smoky. So it's still, I don't know. I'm still on the borderline, but
right.
No.
So what would you give this one? What would you give it?
I still was generous. I still need to try this on ice. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
All
I still
right.
thought it was okay. So,
I'm going on the same realm with you are with this one. I'm giving it a 3.
Okay.
I want it maybe a little higher, maybe like I don't know. I was going to go maybe 3 1/4, but I'm still solid 3 right now for this. I like it. I wouldn't say no to it if someone offered it, or I saw it at a bar and there was nothing really else available, or I didn't know what else I had to drink. If there was some unknowns up there, I think I would go with this one over, picking an unknown because I know what I'd be getting into. And I actually like this. I like the fruitiness to it. And like I said, dude, like the fruit, you wouldn't be wrong when you said a fruit note on it because like literally it's showing like apple, banana, there's all cherry. They're showing almost every fruit for like a flavoring you get it. And this is off of Flaviar, obviously, like I said. So that's the notes that they're giving off of it, but that's not bad really. And we did say it and we got a lot of the notes right on this one. We said that grassy note, you know what I mean? That you were getting that earthy tone to it. The peat, the smoke, light in there. But you're getting more of the cereal grains is what they're saying you should be getting out of this.
Okay. So you ready to rank? Or no, wait, did you give your score?
Bourbon Bounty says we need to sync up. I have 33 bourbons on my regular shelf and one Whistle Pig 10-year 100% rye, and that's not counting my private stash. We can get we'll definitely talk offline about this, sir. We will definitely touch base.
Like same thing with you guys.
We'll do a live.
And a babe, like
I want to do something.
Why not?
With Jay.
We can invite more people into this chat.
I can get 6 people into this group with what I have right now, and I just
even if it's not one of our episodes, just to do it for fun, like, and we can still post it because why not? It's like
it'll be live, obviously, and we do it, and I definitely will touch base. We'll do a swap. We'll get each other's information. We'll touch base with each other offline, and we'll just direct connect, and we'll go from there. And we'll definitely interested in doing something with anybody that wants to. I'd like to get out there and definitely get some more content going on, and the more people you can get involved with this, the better it is. I mean, because you're getting here's the whole thing. You're getting me and Nick right now on what we're getting. Get a third person, a fourth person in here, on what they're getting off of when we send, samples to everybody on what we're trying at the same time, and that's when it gets interesting, because that's when you get to see what palates are like and what people are picking out, because some people have more refined palate than others, so they may get more notes. And those, a lot of those people are in the business. So they're distillers and master distillers, and they're getting those, they're able to pick out those fine notes, and that's where they make the big bucks. They're doing it, and they're producing it, mass producing this stuff. So, but definitely definitely touch base. I'll get in touch with you, and we'll definitely exchange some notes, and we will exchange some samples, and we will do it live, and we'll get together definitely, because I definitely want that. But other than that, so what do you want to wrap this up with, my friend? Because I think
I
we've
want
come
to
to
wrap
the
it
end.
up with the top 5. What's our 5?
Oh, okay. So we've done 5 here. So we've done the 5 that we have done tonight is we started with Berkshire Bourbon Whiskey.
Yep.
We then did, was it Nor'easter we did
Nor'eastern.
next? We did the Nor'easter.
I wrote them all down.
Okay. Then we did Dirty Water Distillery, which came off with the single malt whiskey, which is more along the Scotch style. We did the Bully Boy. We had Bully Boy was up there also. And then we went with the Glenkenchie 12-year was what we finished out with, which is Nick's bottle that he has at his house. Which again could show up on our show for a blind review, because Nick's been pretty good, and Nick's actually been really good. He's been buying a lot of bottles and bringing them by, dropping them off for the Bourbon Babe to throw into the collection and to throw into the rotation. So, but this one, all right. So we've got our 5. So, the 5.
You want to start 5 up to 1, right?
Yeah, we're gonna start our least to our most.
Okay.
So as we always do in our flashback, so we'll just wrap this up real quick.
I can hold mine up. I have all the
you can hold it up.
All right.
You got what? Okay. You got all the
you gave me, I mean, not the bash bills, but the printouts.
Oh yeah, I gave you the printouts, so you can show the printouts. I'll just say them as I go along, as I'm looking at them over here off screen.
Or you hold the bottle up. You hold the bottle
Okay, yeah, I'll hold the bottle up for what my number 5 is.
Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, it's
I
honestly
notes, man. Look at these notes.
Dude, you crushed it. I know, you're awesome. Dude, my number 5 and number 4 could honestly probably go back and forth. Did they sing the famous Dirty Water song about Boston?
Oh, that's the
that's love that dirty water. Yeah, that one. Who is it? Is it Boston that sings that one? I don't even know. We had looked that up one time, and I can't remember who the group was. But it was. So my number 5 coming in, which it wasn't bad, is the Dirty Water Distillery. This is my number 5. What do you got? You came Bully Boy. Now I said my number 5 and number 4 were kind of almost interchangeable. Yeah. My number 4, is Bully Boy, which I think could be on the same line. 4-5. Really?
I know.
Wow, dude, that hurts. Maybe that hurts you more than me, but I didn't think that would be coming that low for you.
So here's the reason. I actually thought that besides Bully Boy, the top 4 were good. So I'm happy with the top 4. Okay. But Bully Boy was just it's okay. It's honestly like I would say Bully Boy would be a nice old fashioned. because of the amaretto flavor in there would be fun with some bitters and stuff too. Like I think an old fashioned or even a Manhattan, truthfully, with that would be delicious. Now,
Keith, hold on. I'm sorry. My buddy Keith Taylor, I work with him, dude. His picture is outstanding, but he says the Standells sing that song. That's what he says. He says the Standells sing the song. So
the only thing I was going to say,
Keith.
Thank you, Keith, because your picture is hilarious as well. Is that I think it's not bad, but I'll get into the others more afterwards. I enjoyed this. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't anything great. So it's not something I can put any higher. But yeah, that's my 5 and 4. Now your 4 was, you said,
I had Bully Boy.
The
Bully Boy, I said like that was exchangeable with the dirt. Like they're like the same. They're like 4 and 5. I would put those all up on the same level. Like you could go either way with those. Neither one is bad, but it's just like out of the grouping we had tonight, that's where I'm putting them. They're down that end of it.
Well, in the same breath, my number 3, Dirty Water, and that's kind of where because of the fact of I like this one more than the Glenkenchie. In the sense, it's not the smoky side of a Scotch. I know it's not even. It's technically a malt whiskey, but it's like you said, it's that borderline. It's almost there. And that's more of what I'm looking for rather than this little smoke style in there still. It's all right. All right, you're already losing me because the smoke is going to put me off in a place. I need Scotches that don't have that as a prominent. So that's why I thought the Dirty Water was just a little bit better. Again, not great, but better in my case than the other 2. So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is your Glenkenchie. I like the 12 year. I liked it. It was in there. Because here's the whole thing. Now, if you watch the show and you know me, I like that complexity. Like when you're giving me a little bit more that I have to go into to get out of it. I like that. But again, on the Scotches versus bourbons, I'm more towards the bourbon side than the Scotch side. But the Scotch that this was providing and what I like, I think it's a solid 3 for me for this grouping. I like that what it was giving me. It had a lot going on in there, and there's more I think we can get out of it the deeper you go into it. So I like the spices and I like the flavorings and I liked everything about this one. So it really interested me with what it had going on. So that was my number 3. My number 2. Ooh, this is tough. My number 1 and my number 2, dude. I almost want to put them at the same level. So my 1 and 2 are at the same level.
Thank you.
I'm going with Nor'easter and the Berkshire Bourbon. Those are interchangeable, or they're both my number 1. Yeah.
But let's just say you had to pick one. What would be the number 2? Tell me what would be the number 1, because the number 1. Nor'easter. Let's say it at the same time. Yeah, Nor'easter. I was going to say Nor'easter.
Nor'easter would be, if I had to pick a hard number 1 out of those 2, would be the Nor'easter. So number 2, if we're going to grade it that way, would be the Berkshire Bourbon. And then number 1 is the Nor'easter. I really liked Nor'easter. I liked what it had going on for it. I liked everything that was going on in it. It was, I found it delicious. I liked everything in it. It really was very good. And made on the small island of Nantucket in a lovely place. It's, obviously the season for that, if you would ever want to come to Massachusetts and visit, is during the summer. During the winter, it's like it goes down to just what the population of the island is, which I don't even think is that much. It's like maybe 2,000 people live on the island year round. And even the, and during the day, during the busy season, it may only go up to like I say may only go up, but even if it's like 20,000 people, that's a lot for that island because it's small. There's really not a lot going on. I haven't been there in years. I don't think I've been there since I was young and my parents took me there for a trip. You know what I mean? So I haven't been back.
I've never been.
Urban Babe wants to go. So maybe it's the whole thing, after, depending on sometime, maybe early spring or after late summer, maybe we can make a trip out there, go check out the distillery. Maybe we can contact them and see if they'll allow us some behind the scenes.
That'd be fun.
That would be great. So there we are. So that's our top 5, and we give you a flashback. We actually went like an entire, 3 weeks of episodes.
I was going to say, you pretty much got to see what we do in a night, but usually the episodes are way more extensive too. I mean, we tried to go short, but I know each one will still spend about the same amount of time.
Nick was asking me, goes, how long do you want to set this for? You want to go for like a half an hour? I'm like, dude, we have to go longer than a half.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't.
An average taping for us per episode is about 20 minutes. So when I get it down to what you see on an episode, sometimes I get it down to 12 to 10.
12, yeah.
There's a lot of now, and that's the whole thing is we have to, you obviously, if you're a creator, you know what you're trying to get out for content and the timelines you're looking for to shoot for the sweet spot. Unfortunately, the thing is like a lot of the content is good. And when you have two people talking about something, you get in both their views versus one. So, if I can get it to 12 minutes, I'm super ecstatic. I'm really happy about doing a 12-minute episode. So that's what I strive for. But understand every episode we shoot is probably about 20 to 25 minutes. And some of that is B-roll that we just talk. We are just chatting and whatnot that you never see. But some of it is actual content. And the average is about probably 15 minutes we talk.
Yeah.
So Bourbon
I got nothing else.
No, I got nothing else. I just want to put this up with Bourbon Bounty. It says live streams are growing at the moment due to the current circumstances, and that's true because I've seen a lot more of the content providers, creators. They are putting out a lot more lives right now because everyone's home, you know what I mean? And everyone's doing this. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight. Yes. Thank you so much for your comments. And I'm going to be reaching out to a couple individuals, Bourbon Bounty. Definitely going to be talking to you, Jay from Bourbon and Baby. Going to talk to him, see what he's got on his shelves, and we'll do a little exchange program so we can get a live going soon. Fortunately, the mail is still working, so shipping and everything like that will get out there because I just upgraded my internet the other day so I could be able to do this with a streaming service, internet that's strong enough to actually put out a signal. But through this StreamYard, actually, they take up a lot of the end of that. So you don't need as much, but I made sure so I didn't want any dropouts when we're doing this. So thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
Keeping it neat, Derek and Nick doing what we can, and we'll probably do another live. Don't know when, be in the immediate future, and probably we'll have a guest really soon, either on our end of it or on their end of it when we're doing it. So thank you so much. And here's hoping that everyone finds a little bit of luxury
in otherwise ordinary life.
Yay! Nick, remember.
Take care.
I love it. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
And bro.